Welcome to, Starfield. So, the big question, will Starfield affect Star Citizen in a negative way? No, it probably will not, seeing as they are completely two different games. There are two main differences. One is a multiplayer space simulator, basically, and the other one is a single-player, story-driven, open-world role-playing game. And eventually, I think this, when the players are done with the Starfield, Star Citizen might actually be their next step, as if something like this pulls you in and you go to a next evolution of graphics design and looks of a space game, I think Star Citizen is right there. True, Star Citizen does not have a story, but it is still compelling to be able to play this game with friends, and that is something that Starfield probably will not have anytime soon. Starfield is this open world space explorer action role-playing game, while Star Citizen is this massive open world multiplayer space simulator. Even though they are both space games, they are vastly different. Star Citizen is more like a simulator. Wherever you want to go, it will take actual time to get there. While in Starfield, there is fast travel, something that the Star Citizen will never offer. Talking about ships, Star Citizen will never allow you to, build your ship fully. At least not in any near future. While the Starfield actually allows you to change components, parts of the ship and make your abominations yourself. So there is quite a bit more flexibility there. But then again, in a single player game, the balance like this isn't a high priority. And in Star Citizen, you want to have that variety and different ships having different strengths. The Bethesda Starfield, of course, it's a AAA game, it's gonna look nice, it's gonna have a lot of story elements. From the first person and the open world perspective, there are significant differences. Starfield, it needs to have action, it needs to have story, it needs to have content. And of course, there's plenty of that. While in Star Citizen, you can fly around, land somewhere, and it can be vastly empty for hundreds, if not thousands of kilometers. From the armors or spacesuits perspectives, Star Citizen has kept its armors on undersuits and helmets very minimalistic, very simple, very basic. While Starfield has made them more like a modern day spacesuits. When looking at weapons, there are very significant differences. Star Citizen weapons are often very smooth, clean looking, very also minimalistic. You know they are almost kept at a quality. They are very specifically made, there aren't any fancy expanding parts, anything you don't really need. While in Starfield, it kinda looks this futuristic, salvaged, put together weapons, which to an extent are nice. There of course is some overlap, like the dial on the pistol, showing you the count of ammo of your weapon. But there's also a lot of big bulky parts, which kinda perhaps try to give the vibe of a cool looking weapon to the player playing this game. So in the long run, this will be a great thing for both games, because players playing Star Citizen, they get to have the single player experience while the Squadron 42 is being prepared. And the players who get their first taste with the space game with Starfield, they will eventually or might eventually come towards Star Citizen, which will help that game to grow as well. It is good to see that we have vast space games coming into orbit, especially for the newer players who might enjoy either one of them. But there is still a long way to go with the main game I'm playing, the Star Citizen, and it's not gonna be ready anytime soon. So it's good to see that even for Star Citizen players, there is another space game available for us, which offers us high quality, huge world, although from a single player perspective. Anyway, thanks for watching.